Hi, this is Wu Jang. Welcome to my channel. Right now, we're on a road trip from Atlanta to Orlando. We've arrived at our first supercharger station. The distance from home to here is about 166 miles, and we use 90 kilowatt hours. Our efficiency so far is 544 watt hours per mile. We have about an hour and 10 minutes to the next supercharger, which is 85 miles away. We'll charge here for about 15 minutes and then head out. The total distance from home to our final destination is a little over 500 miles, but we plan to stop at a tourist spot along the way. Throughout this road trip, we'll be testing how often we need to supercharge, what kind of battery efficiency we get, and how much better FSD version 13 is after the update. When we arrived at the supercharger station, our battery was at 21%, and it took about 15 minutes to charge it up to 60%. Since we have the automatic gear on, stepping on the brake automatically changes it to drive mode, and the FSD icon appears on the screen. Let's activate FSD and see how it handles. We need to make a left turn here without a protected left turn signal, but the navigation calculated it as a P-turn, so I disengaged FSD and made the left turn myself before reactivating it. I'm currently using FSD version 13.2.1. According to the update notes, the data processing speed is 4.2 times faster, and the learning performance is also 5 times stronger. The time it takes to process and control information collected by the vehicle's sensors is now twice as fast as before. They've optimized the speed profile, making more precise speed control possible in both city and highway driving. And looking at the upcoming updates, they're planning to triple the model size, improve parking features like unparking and reverse parking, and enhance the system's ability to respond more intelligently to unexpected situations such as emergency vehicles. Now allows you to set the speed profile. You can choose one of 3 options: standard, chill, or hurry, and you can now also set the maximum speed yourself. This option can be set using the dial on the right side of the steering wheel when FSD is activated. Driving preferences may differ from person to person, but after trying it out, setting it to the hurry profile seems to provide a more human-like driving experience without feeling sluggish. If there's a slow-moving vehicle in front, it moves to the left passing lane, and if a car comes up behind us, it moves back to the right to let them pass, and then moves back into the passing lane to accelerate back up to the set maximum speed. Of course, I can also manually change lanes by using the turn signal when I want. In the past, FSD automatically set the maximum speed, so I sometimes had to press the accelerator if it was going too slow, but now I don't have to do that anymore. We've arrived at our second supercharger station. When we left, it estimated that we'd have 25% battery remaining when we arrived, but we arrived with 18%. We used 562 watt hours per mile during the 85-mile drive. Maintaining a speed of around 80 miles per hour had some impact, but also having 3 suitcases, 3 adults, and a roof rack with an awning definitely seems to have decreased our battery efficiency compared to before. We charged for about 25 minutes and got it up to 66%. I activated FSD right after parking, and it navigated perfectly from the parking lot to the highway. Since it was lunchtime, we decided to grab some sandwiches from Chick-fil-A along the way. Since Cybertrucks aren't very common around here, the employees showed a lot of interest and asked us several questions. I reactivated FSD and enjoyed my chicken sandwich and fries. With the recent firmware update, you don't have to keep your hands on the steering wheel since the interior camera is always monitoring the driver, which is nice, giving more freedom of movement, but FSD isn't perfect, so please always be attentive in case of unexpected situations. We needed to exit onto a local road here, and FSD handled it perfectly. Before heading to Orlando, we're making a quick stop at Ichetucknee Springs State Park. It's a famous natural park located in northern Florida. It's known for its trails and springs, and the river is said to be crystal clear with a constant water temperature of 68 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Just a short walk from the parking lot, you can see the main spring, and the water is so clean and transparent that you can clearly see the fish and the bottom. Besides swimming, you can also enjoy tubing and kayaking, and there are plenty of picnic areas where you can relax. Since we need to get to Orlando by evening, we took a short walk and headed back. Sentry mode captures several events. It looks like some people were just curious and were checking out the Cybertruck. As soon as we left the park, I activated FSD, and it says it'll take 37 minutes to the last supercharger before Orlando. I'll relax and enjoy the scenery while leaving it to FSD. Perhaps because it's the end of the year, there were a lot of cars at the supercharger station. Now that the supercharger station network is open to other companies, there were also Ioniqs and Rivians charging alongside Teslas. Since there are no EV chargers at our Airbnb, we'll charge here more before heading there. We charge from 11% to 81% in about 30 minutes. I immediately activated FSD and it smoothly navigated from the parking lot to the road. Right after exiting, we had to make a U-turn, and it maintained a good distance from the construction cones and smoothly made the U-turn after letting the oncoming traffic pass. It also smoothly accelerated and merged onto the highway. Now, we have 2 hours and 45 minutes and 128 miles left to our destination. There was some traffic along the way, but FSD handled the steering well. I switched the FSD profile to standard and tested it out. There wasn't a huge difference, but the hurry profile felt a bit more human-like. We finally arrived at our destination safely. When we left the supercharger station, it estimated that we would arrive with 11% battery remaining, but we arrived with 20%. Perhaps the traffic, which caused us to drive slower, improved our battery efficiency a bit. We traveled a total of 499 miles from Atlanta to our destination and used 260 kilowatt hours. According to Tesla, our driving time was approximately 8 hours and 42 minutes, and our charging time was 1 hour and 27 minutes at 3 different locations. Thanks to those who used my Tesla referral code, I had some supercharger credits, so there was no cost for charging. It was a long drive, but we stopped to view the spring, and except for 1 or 2 manual interventions, FSD did most of the driving, so I definitely felt less fatigued. Compared to V12, V13 makes bolder decisions, and the movements are much faster and smoother, and I didn't notice any awkward movements during the road trip. If you're interested in a video of our return trip from Florida to Atlanta, please let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. See ya!